back to Flex Candle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. I'm Flex, and today we're diving into a full top-down analysis on Bitcoin. We're going to start from the higher time frames, work our way down to the lower time frames, and check to see if we find any good setups. Now remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades. Always do your own research and trade at your own risk. All right, guys, let's hop into the chart. And yesterday we had a weekly candle close, and I would have to say it looked bullish because we had a bullish hammer end up turning into like an indecisive green candle. Still, there is some green there, so that counts for me. And so far, even though we're only one day in and there's 6 days before this candle closes, it's currently a green engulfing candle. This is starting to make a morning star pattern, which is bullish, which will make you continue to the upside. So I'm feeling pretty good about it so far. We still have to see how the week ends. We are still far away from the 21-day moving average, and the higher we go, the farther we will be away from the 21-day moving average. So that kind of tells me that unless we continue to go sideways and that 21-day moving average catches up, we might get some type of a big pump, maybe to 112, maybe just to 110. Maybe we finally reach the 117 that I've been predicting, or 120, and then maybe we get a correction back, but not so far down, maybe back to 110, 105, 108, depending on how far up we go. The stochastics here are toppy. They're starting to roll over, but usually when you see it like this, it looks like it could continue to drag. We still have to see what ends up happening. What I'm liking here is that the RSI is still kind of like turning upwards the way up, so maybe the same thing here could happen for the stochastics. So right now the weekly doesn't look that bad. If we head over to the 3-day chart, the stochastics are still on the way down. The 21-day moving average is at 99,215, and we closed the last 3-day candle green engulfing candle, so that's bullish, and so far we are moving up higher. We head over to the 2-day chart. The stochastics are turning back up. We have to see if they're going to continue going up or if they roll over. We are above the 21-day moving average. Again, a green engulfing candle above the 21-day moving average, and now we have another green candle. So this shows me that we could possibly get to 109 or even back to the top here close to 112 before something were to happen. On the daily chart here, the stochastics are doing very good. We're on the way up. We're like halfway now. We are finally back above the 21-day moving average. If you guys have been following all the episodes, you know that I told you that if we fell below the 21-day moving average, the next stop would be the 50-day moving average, and I had a feeling that we were going to bounce back up from there, and that's exactly what happened. Currently the price of Bitcoin is at 108,551. It's 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, and we have about 4 hours and a half before this candle closes. Again, anything could happen. We could wick back down, which I really hope does not happen, but if we could close like this, we're going to be very bullish. Now again, we already know about the golden cross that happened. Sometimes we fall into the golden cross and then we pop up. It seems like that's what's happening here, and look, we're getting the 80-day moving average to cross the 200-day moving average. Remember, we need these two lines, is 80-day moving average and the 100-day moving average, to get above the 200-day moving average so that they all could be in order, and that's going to put us bullish there as well. On the 22-hour chart, stochastics are starting to get a little toppy here, but wow, look at this candle. This candle closes in 2 hours and a half. Gigantic green engulfing candle above the 21-day moving average. That looks awesome. On the 8-hour chart, stochastics are toppy. They're looking to drag a little bit, again above the 21-day moving average, but we are starting to get a little bit far away now from the 21-day moving average, and that's at 105,257. So even though we are at 108,500, we could still come back down $3,000 because we are far away from this 21-day moving average, and the stochastics are getting toppy, so we have to look out for that. Now on the 4-hour chart, the stochastics dragged up here for a while. They came down. They never fully came down. They came back up. That's how bullish Bitcoin is at the moment, and we're finally above the 21-day moving average and the 200-day moving average by a lot. This is what I was telling you guys yesterday. We were around here, and I said even though we're above the 200-day moving average, we need some strength to really show that we're bullish, and we finally got that. So I'm very happy with this at the moment. And if I put on the patterns here, as you can see, I have this in a falling wedge flag pattern kind of, and this breaks us out to 110. So far we are at 108,500, so we're only $3,500 away. On the 1-hour chart, I left you guys the past couple of days with an inverted head and shoulders here. here that would break us out to 109,800, basically 110,000. And this was a complex inverted head and shoulder. As you can see, shoulder, big head, and another shoulder, and we broke out just in time. And we still have a little bit more for the measured move, but so far this is a winning trade. If you guys did take this, congratulations. So overall, guys, what I'm seeing right now for Bitcoin is I see us being bullish. I see us getting at least to the 110 area around there, 109, close to 110, if not even possibly 112. After that, we will have to reassess and see where the stochastics are, what's happening, what patterns we see. But I feel like we are at least going to make it back to 110, 112. All right, guys, that's the breakdown. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, and subscribe. And if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is Flex Candle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Catch you on the next chart.